Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The effort contributed by a person in bringing about a result. They all did their share of the work. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. He wanted his share in cash. A sharp steel wedge that cuts loose the top layer of soil. The allotment of some amount by dividing something. Death gets more than its share of attention from theologians. Give out as one's portion or share. Have, give, or receive a share of. We shared the cake. Any of the equal portions into which the capital stock of a corporation is divided and ownership of which is evidenced by a stock certificate. He bought 100 shares of IBM at the market price. Communicate. I'd like to share this idea with you. Have in common. Our children share a love of music. Use jointly or in common. The effort contributed by a person in bringing about a result. I am proud of my contribution in advancing the project. Act of giving in common with others for a common purpose, especially to a charity. A voluntary gift, as of money or service or ideas, made to some worthwhile cause. An amount of money contributed. He expected his contribution to be repaid with interest. A writing for publication, especially one of a collection of writings as an article or story. The effort contributed by a person in bringing about a result. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The government must do its part. To some extent, in some degree, not wholly. I felt partly to blame. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. A portion of a natural object. They analyzed the river into 3 parts. Something less than the whole of a human artifact. The rear part of the house. One of the portions into which something is regarded as divided and which together constitute a whole. The written part of the exam. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The business partners broke over a tax question. The melody carried by a particular voice or instrument in polyphonic music. He tried to sing the tenor part. Force, take, or pull apart. Moses parted the Red Sea. An item that is an instance of some type. My dog swallowed a Lego part. A line of scalp that can be seen when sections of hair are combed in opposite directions. His part was right in the middle. Leave. The extended spatial location of something. Religions in all parts of the world. Go one's own way. Move apart. The friends separated after the party. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. He wanted to feel a part of something bigger than himself. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. She played the part of Desdemona. Come apart. That which concerns a person with regard to a particular role or situation. It requires vigilance on our part. A proportion in relation to a whole, which is usually the amount per 100. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. An individual quantity of food or drink taken as part of a meal. His portion was larger than hers. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. Something less than the whole of a human artifact. The allotment of some amount by dividing something. Money or property brought by a woman to her husband at marriage. Give out. Your overall circumstances or condition in life, including everything that happens to you. Success, that was her portion. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. I read a portion of the manuscript. A sharp steel wedge that cuts loose the top layer of soil. A sharp steel wedge that cuts loose the top layer of soil. A collection of things wrapped or boxed together. A wrapped container. The allotment of some amount by dividing something. An extended area of land. Cover with strips of canvas. Parcel rope. Divide into parts. The developers parceled the land. Make into a wrapped container. Give out as one's portion or share. Distribute according to a plan or set apart for a special purpose. An agreement between parties, usually arrived at after discussion, fixing obligations of each. He rose to prominence through a series of shady deals. Wood that is easy to saw, from conifers such as pine or fir. Take into consideration for exemplifying purposes. Succeed in doing, achieving, or producing something, with the limited or inadequate means available. Often followed by of, a large number or amount or extent. A deal of trouble. Direct the course of, manage or control. A particular instance of buying or selling. It was a package deal. Give out as one's portion or share. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. This book deals with incest. Do business. Offer for sale as for one's livelihood. She deals in gold. Administer or bestow, as in small portions. Deal a blow to someone. The cards held in a card game by a given player at any given time. Be in charge of, act on, or dispose of. I can deal with this crew of workers. A plank of softwood, fir or pine board. Behave in a certain way towards others. He deals fairly with his employees. Distribute cards to the players in a game. Who's dealing? Give, a specific card, to a player. He dealt me the queen of spades. Sell. Deal hashish. Take action with respect to someone or something. How are we going to deal with this problem? The act of apportioning or distributing something. The captain was entrusted with the deal of provisions. The act of distributing playing cards. The deal was passed around the table clockwise. The type of treatment received, especially as the result of an agreement. He got a good deal on his car. Give out as one's portion or share. Give out as one's portion or share. Consume. Have, give, or receive a share of. Have some of the qualities or attributes of something. Have, give, or receive a share of. Be active in. Melt, fat or lard, in order to separate out impurities. Try the yak butter. Test the limits of. You are trying my patience. Make an effort or attempt. Take a sample of. Put to the test, as for its quality, or give experimental use to. Put on a garment in order to see whether it fits and looks nice. Put on trial or hear a case and sit as the judge at the trial of. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. She gave it a good try. Examine or hear evidence or a case by judicial process. Give pain or trouble to. Attempt by employing effort. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. A purposeful or industrious undertaking, especially one that requires effort or boldness. Attempt by employing effort. We endeavor to make our customers happy. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. Wished him luck in his endeavor. A purposeful or industrious undertaking, especially one that requires effort or boldness. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. Made an effort to cover all the reading material. Use of physical or mental energy, hard work. He got an A for effort. A series of actions advancing a principle or tending toward a particular end. Contributed to the war effort. A notable achievement. The book was her finest effort. Make an effort or attempt. The police attempted to stop the thief. Enter upon an activity or enterprise. The act of attacking. They made an attempt on his life. Earnest and conscientious activity intended to do or accomplish something. Anything of material value or usefulness that is owned by a person or company. A heel that is an extension of the sole of the shoe. A block of wood used to prevent the sliding or rolling of a heavy object. Put, fix, force, or implant. A large sandwich made of a long crusty roll split lengthwise and filled with meats and cheese, and tomato and onion and lettuce and condiments. Different names are used in different sections of the United States. Any shape that is triangular in cross-section. Squeeze like a wedge into a tight space. A diacritical mark, an inverted circumflex, placed above certain letters, such as the letter C, to indicate pronunciation. Golf, an iron with considerable loft and a broad sole. Something solid that is usable as an inclined plane, shaped like a V, that can be pushed between two things to separate them. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. A secret rendezvous, especially between lovers. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. Computer science. The assignment of particular areas of a magnetic disk to particular data or instructions. A share set aside for a specific purpose. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. A share set aside for a specific purpose. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. The apportionment of seats in the House of Representatives is based on the relative population of each state. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. The act of distributing by allotting or apportioning. Distribution according to a plan. Distribute or disperse widely. Cause to be distributed. Give to several people. To arrange in a systematic order. Cause to become widely known. Administer or bestow, as in small portions. Be distributed or spread, as in statistical analyses. Values distribute. Be mathematically distributive. Make available. The publisher wants to distribute the book in Asia. Spread throughout a given area. The function distributes the values evenly. Give to several people. Stop operating or functioning. Give off, send forth, or discharge, as of light, heat, or radiation, vapor, etc. Prove insufficient. Lose consciousness due to a sudden trauma, for example. Give to several people. Pass out from weakness, physical or emotional distress due to a loss of blood supply to the brain.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.